And that takes us right into game one, ladies and gentlemen. So, Zath,
Yes.
talk to me about the 3X lineup here in the green on the North Spawn.
All right. So welcome, guys. This is our first battle in a best of three winners bracket final. 3X versus Rain. Totally no surprise what we're seeing here. 3X is choosing to bring a Ragnar, a Druid, and another Druid. We haven't seen that yet this tournament. And then we've got for cruisers a Moskva, an Austin, a Puerto Rico, and a Conde. Look at that, Raptor. No battleship. What about Rain?
Indeed, no battleships from the South Spawn. Rain's team lineup is, I won't say it's radically different. It's kind of headed in the same direction. They're also fielding a Conde, matched up with a Yodo, an Austin of their own, and a bit of their own Russian radar, only they're bringing a Petro instead of the Moskva. And then destroyer lineup, very different, investing in Shimakaze, a Vampire Deuce, and a Daring. It's curious to me. Okay, I'm realizing now the mod that I have is lists the point values of the ships. That's why I'm seeing points next to each of these ship titles. It took me a minute to realize that was a thing. And it's noteworthy to me to see how much Rain has invested in their destroyer lineup. There's a lot of points sunk in there. About 40 points a boat.
Yep, and that's what we typically saw yesterday was teams that were investing heavily either in the cruiser side or the destroyer side. Worthy of note, the Sheep Shimakaze is running a full unique upgrade torpedo spec. Everything, dump the torpedoes and pray kind of build.
Oh yeah, right up there with the legendary mod and everything. Now, I will say I am very curious, and we're gonna have a look at this. How are these druids built?
For 3X?
Yeah, it looks like gun reload, mostly gun reload and RPF. These look like they're tailor-made to be destroyer hunters, Zath. Am I kind of reading this correctly, you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Destroyers have been the name of the game this tournament. And worthy of note, there's no Elbing and there's no Druid in this game. Remember, I was
That's
telling
not
you
true.
before.
There are 2 druids on 3X. We were just talking about that.
Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm missing that up with Daring.
Okay,
But
there is
no Elbings at the very least.
No Elbings for sure, but we've definitely got plenty of British destroyer action otherwise.
Right. Now the Druids, of course, no torpedoes except for if they can ram, and they only have the 2 guns in the front. So we could definitely see them do some crazy stuff.
Well,
yesterday we saw. I thought it was hilarious. They threw Vile in an Elbing, so they put one of their best players in the cheapest destroyer possible, and Kenny's sailing around in a Nevsky like, hey.
Big Conde salvo there on the Rain Petro early. Big HE salvo coming in and knocking off, about 5,000-6,000 damage. Both teams grabbing their quote-unquote home cap. A very, very small advantage for 3X right now. Both teams jockeying for position. Curiously, nobody wants the C cap, Zath. Nobody wants the C cap.
Not yet. I think that will change. But for right now, it's a little bit too close for comfort, I think, for both teams.
I gotta say, though, I like Kenny Mod's Puerto Rico position, but I feel like Gangbarang's Vampire Deuce has a really good opportunity here to steal this cap along the western edge where Kenny Mod wouldn't have shots. Of course, Kenny's moving up now.
Yep. Blood Legend does take a torpedo. Marcelo Pello narrowly dodges some torpedoes, now under radar threat from the Petropavlovsk.
Yeah, Petro radar had been up. It just went down. Intaro trying to smoke away as now there comes Blood Legends radar coming in. Intaro getting smacked around a little bit by the Ragnar HE. I might have been Conde HE. I didn't quite see where that salvo came from. And the Druid's still putting shots downrange.
Yep, so some initial contact there. Both teams getting a little bloodied.
Intaro's still taking damage here.
Yeah, well, he was pretty deep, and that radar lasts pretty long.
He was. Moskva radar ticking away. About 5 seconds left. He's going to edge out of it right there.
Out of range.
Yep, just barely sneaks out of it. Manages to avoid a fire off that last salvo. And now the Petro becomes the target of the hate as the Druid, the Ragnar, and the Conde all start in on him.
Yes, and look at the combo of Druid and Ragnar in the smoke together.
I love this because what's Ragnar's I won't say biggest problem, but I'll say biggest complaint, right? Is that she's fairly easy to hit. It's a big boat. It doesn't move great, but you're in there.
Yes.
This is that crawly smoke, right? so they can both chill in there
Yes.
and troll at like quarter speed. Oh, this is a brilliant combo. This is what I'm saying. Like I think Druid is an amazing ship if you play it. If you play it, I won't say right, but like in a div with friends, whatever. But solo gaming, that ship is a very, very tough sell for me.
Absolutely. But they're making it work here.
I think they're going to get this Petro. It's only a matter of time. They've got too much firepower to put on him right now.
Look at Kinemod just kind of slowly backing down this channel.
Yeah. Well, I love this position from Kinney as well, right? The AP, the Austin SAP falling in on Gangbarang's Vampire Deuce. I'm really impressed that John can land those shells at that kind of range. Although the Austin shell velocity is pretty good.
Well, when
I
you
struggle
vomit out
with
shells
that
with your
ship.
funny button, it
I know.
helps as well.
I struggle with that ship so hard. He's going to get punished for it, but he is going to pick up the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Rain looking like they're trying to pick up Kinemod here, but I think they're going to lose the Petro as soon as the Moss radar comes back up another 15 seconds or so. May not even come to that. They've already started hitting him blindly in the smoke.
Yep. That Petros radar is on, so they can now see everybody from 3x, as if it matters.
Yeah, but they're not really shooting at anybody, though. Druid can see all of those torpedoes coming. There's no way he's going to take any of them.
There's Blood Legends radar, and that will seal the deal for the Petro.
Yeah, they should be able to knock this Petro out now and complete this push down the 3 line. Now, they are having to contest with Artorias' Conde, who's taken up a really nice kind of denial position over here. Petro survives to a heal, still in the game. They're trying to push Marcelo up to where his AP can maybe push him out. No, there we go. Now they're getting enough damage on the Petro.
The Marcelo is actually shooting over at the Shimakaze.
Yep, they're shooting at the destroyers beyond. 19 health for the Petro. Here come the Conde shells. Doesn't matter. They finally bag him.
Yep, there's first blood for 3x.
Now, Marcello is or isn't caught on the Daring Hydro. He is. Yep, they can absolutely see him as he takes a massive salvo there from the Yodo. Ship Shady making his presence known on the battlefield.
Oh, yes.
So now we're seeing Marcello had to keep his Hydro running to get into this position, avoid the Shimakaze torpedoes, but lacking it now, he's vulnerable to the Daring, who moves out and wipes him out.
Absolutely, yes. Good play there by Antaro, getting a kill of their own.
Excellent play by Rain, as the pain that Gangbarang suffered at sea is worth it. They are ticking up points now on both caps. 80-point lead and growing here, 8 minutes gone.
Of course, worthy to note is that the Vamp Deuce does not have a heal, so Gangbarang is stuck with, half health.
Yeah.
At least he's got Adrenaline Rush.
No problem. We've got this. Hang on a minute, I'm trying to
see if Ship Shady decides to go up the channel with the Yodo or not. We saw
I
some
mean,
Yodos yesterday.
Why would you do... Well, I mean, I don't know that I'd do that with the Puerto Rico right there. That feels a little overly bold to me.
Well, there's the radar to make sure he's not going up the channel.
Yep, double checking, as now Vile's Druid pushing in on Antaro's Daring. And backed up by Blood Legends and Moskva. Moskva's coming down the pipe there. Coming down the 4 line. These Druids are absolutely bullies in the right hands.
Yep, 3 minutes to go. Actually, yesterday we saw a lot of Druids chasing Druids. It was hilarious.
Little hot Druid on Druid action, huh?
Oh, yeah. Now, for Amazing and John the Ruthless's Austins are about to meet.
I was just to say, we may have a little hot Austin on Austin action here over on the 9 line. I'm glad you caught it. They're both turning out. They're gonna manage to accidentally keep this island in between them mostly, Zath. Check this out. This is hilarious.
Wow.
2 ships passing in the night is a real thing in World of Warships. Who knew?
It absolutely can be, yeah.
Out to a 150-point lead now for Rain. Again, the Daring Hydro locking up Vile. Free shots he's taking. Yodo shells coming in. Not really getting anything there. A little bit. They've got Antaro locked up as well. There's the Hydro and the radar. They know exactly where to find him. No one has shots on him, though. Intaro hugging this island tightly as the Yodo continues to pound this druid.
And I'm sure Blood Legend wants to go up and get to the other side through the channel, but look at Ship Shady's torpedoes.
Yep. He can't
Very denial.
He can't take the risk. You know, Yodo is a ship that I don't even own yet, and I won't pretend I've ever really understood the line. The entire Japanese light
Sheep is in
cruiser line.
trouble.
Yep. I saw all the shells going in. I thought they're going to pick him up, and they do.
Yeah, it's that radar from Blood Legend took him out, and Taro gets hit a bit. So the Yodo...
Vile is also maybe going to go out here. Oh, no, his Hydro's going to save it. It's not. With the Hydro up, he still reverses into a torpedo. Sheep gets his revenge, but they are going to bag the daring.
Big kill.
And so now, at last, after over 10 minutes of combat, 3X has a clear shot into the B cap.
Yep, Arturius trying to make sure that it cost him a little bit in the process. Now, Rain doesn't, of course, want to lose the Conde because then they can't use it for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. You have to wonder if Artorias has got a speed boost coming. He's 40-ish seconds away. You have to think that maybe he'll try and just speed boost back to the east to preserve the flagship. But it's not over for Rain yet. They still have a lead for the moment. Plenty of time on the clock. We'll see if they can bag a
Arturius is
kill.
actually dark right now.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's got space at the bottom of the map here to just barely sneak away if he can get his speed boost cooking. The Ragnar's moving south to deny him that. At the moment, the island is letting him make this maneuver. But in a minute, that's going to end.
Speaking of things ending in a minute, 2 minutes to go until Rain wins this match. Which means 3X absolutely needs a kill or to step onto C.
They're going to have to do something.
You can see John the Ruthless being forced in, now spotted.
There's the Austin. Here we go. There's the hot Austin on Austin action we were looking for.
Spider-Man meme coming up.
You know, as much as I struggle with this ship, I feel like this is an engagement that you have to understand, right? Like, if you're going to play in Austin, you have to be able to know and ask yourself, what happens if I run into the mirror match, and how do I deal with it?
Right. Well, you saw John the Ruthless there just completely pointing his bow in as Formazing just showers him with love.
Not much else you can do as they do pick up the Ragnar Zath.
Yeah, that's huge. 29 seconds for
I was
Rain.
seconds away from a Rain win here in game one. They're going to lose the Conde.
Yeah.
Conde's going to burn out.
Arturius is healing.
Yeah, no, they're going to get him. Shell's already in the air, but still, that's very uncomfortable for 3X to be that, well, they were that close, because then
John the Ruthless
picks up the Austin. Yep. No trade there. I was going to say, without the kill, 3X maybe in a bit of a pickle, but with that kill, and they're going to eventually pick up B, I just can't imagine a world where the Yodo, where they're able to kill Blood Legend and keep these two ships on the board.
Yeah, they're going to try, but yeah,
they're going to try.
I don't see it either.
You don't ever stop trying, but I don't see it. All of the 3X destroyers are gone, but they bought them exactly what they needed.
You got it. And I gotta say, John the Ruthless also winning that engagement by C.
That's a huge deal. You know, like, because we saw it, right? If he doesn't necessarily win that engagement straight up, Rain still has a chance to win. But as it stands, I don't think they have. I mean, you greatly reduce their chances at that point.
Yep. Ship Shady is going down in moments.
Yep.
You can see how weak the turrets are. He's lost 2 turrets already.
Has he really?
Yeah. These turrets have paper for armor. Literal paper for armor. Folded 1,000 times.
I was saying, well, I was about to make some crack about the Imperial Japanese Navy never being one for armor, but that's not entirely accurate if you go look at the armor profile of Yamato, is it?
No.
There it is.
All right, Gangrang dies.
Yep.
He does manage to get Blood Legend after the call.
Yep. And I would say notably, Zath, Rain loses their Conde in that game.
Oh, yeah. That was Rain's first lost super ship of the tournament. What a way to lose it.
Woo! Interesting. I love I love seeing the variety of ships. This is what I always love about this event, Zath, is the variety of ships that you get is basically unparalleled. And, but, goodness gracious, all the points that Rain sunk into those destroyers, I don't think they got the value out of them they needed. They spent most of their time kind of, this is going to sound awful, but like cowering around the B cap, like, no, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, you know?
Well, yeah, and it kind of makes sense. You want to play cautious. You don't want to give away a lot. I think that the biggest problem was that little fight up at that B cap there. Just they lost too many ships in that little area. 3X proving that once they can see a destroyer, they can kill that destroyer. That was, I think, the big difference was getting the sheep's shimakaze.
I would agree. I would agree.